All right. Hello, everybody. Make sure everything looks good here. I'm refreshing my stream page because I don't see chat. Weird. Can everybody see and hear me? Are we good? I just realized my headphones were off. That's why it, or my volume was down on my headphones on my console. All right. I need to review the EP 133 KO2. I actually just got back from vacation, and we were in last week. We left last week. My wife and my sister-in-law, her little sister and I, she'd never been to Disneyland, so we wanted to take her for 2 days. So we drove from Oregon down to California, went to Disneyland for 2 days, and then drove to New Mexico to their family's house, to the in-laws. And woke up Wednesday morning, saw that the PO or the EP 133 had been announced. Sounds like everyone can hear me. That's good. The KO2. I immediately ordered it, and actually this morning I canceled my order. I ordered it through Amazon. It wasn't going to get here till the 8th of December, which meant I was going to completely miss out on any of the opening week hype of the device. Then all this fader stuff happened, and I was like, kind of not feeling so hot on that. And then I realized there is not a basic sequencer grid like you find on the Woovebox or any of the other pocket operators. And that sequencer grid was such a huge part of the workflow and part of the reason I love the POs so much that I just lost all interest in it right then and there. So I canceled my order. And yeah, I don't know how to feel about it. I'll probably wind up with one eventually. But yeah. Yeah, Grove Twig, or should I say Groove Twig. There are some speaker problems too, I've heard. Yeah. But I don't know why a lot of people seem to be passing over the fact that there's not just... Let me grab a pocket operator. Here, there's no batteries in it right now. Whoa, jeez, I just banged the hell out of my microphone. Oh God, what's going on? There we go. My camera just tweaked out. Terry on the wrong account. Perfect. We can get started now. But you've got this 4x4 grid on a pocket operator, right? And that's how you sequence your notes. You select your sound, and then you, into write mode, put it in on the grid. That's how you do everything. There's no grid like that on the KO2, which is really, really weird. I don't love that, and it's really weird that nobody else touched on it. But even watching Cuckoo's video, which of course he made some amazing music with the KO2. He's so talented. It felt really awkward watching notes get input like that. I don't know, just didn't do it for me. Wrong account every Wednesday. Yep. That's Terry. That's our Terry. All right. Let's pull in the camera here because brighten it up a bit. We are not here to talk about pocket operators or the EP 133. We are here to talk about the Woovebox today, and that's because and this was kind of crazy. Right before we left on vacation, I put out a video showing how I use the random pattern generation on the Woovebox, how I used it to create just, melodic ideas and generate things like that. And then, before I think we'd even gotten to New Mexico, Evo had already watched that video and written a new firmware update that included two incredible features that were inspired by that video. I was only able to download this firmware update yesterday, and I barely got to play with it, so I'm really excited to dive in now. Let's do it. So let's power on the Woovebox here. Let's see. Song 16 should be empty. Nope. Whoop. Let's go ahead and initialize it because we don't need that. There we go. There we go. Now song 16 is empty. I'm going to turn up the volume real quick here. Put it about 80 or so. There we go. Terry, go update your firmware. Actually, no. Don't go anywhere. Watch this. And then update your firmware. This thing's the actual KO2. Yeah, this is like you know, this is more of an OPZ than anything else. That's what I have started to tell people it's like. The Woovebox is, yeah, very close to the OPZ for me. Also, I was really hoping they were going to announce the OPZ field instead of the KO2. I would have bought the OPZ field. I am going to buy an OPZ field. Yeah, it's just something that's going to happen. Anyway, the new firmware update here on the Woovebox allows us to do a couple cool things in terms of random generation. So let's go to the kick drum track here, and let's just lay something down here on the floor. Okay, really basic. Now let's go to the bass track here. This is just a default bass patch. I'm going to go to the global page and turn off chord mode follow. So now we just have a keyboard here. Now we're going to randomize a pattern first, and it's always been able to do this since well before launch. I believe actually it's been able to do that since like May. So he's had this in there for a long time. So if I hold right, open the context menu with the main encoder here, and go to randomized pattern, I can hold it down. And there we go. Now we have a randomized bass pattern here. Okay, cool. Nothing crazy. Wait, you can't hear the Woovebox? Or is it just Kettle Cup? Let me know if you can hear the Woovebox. I'm just going to let it run, leave it running right now. It might be a little quiet. It's plugged in. Okay. Kettle Cup sounds like it might just be you. Volume super low. There we go. Is that better? Here, let's randomize the bass line again. Maybe we'll get something a little higher. Okay. Yeah, it is in the low end. But let's go ahead and demonstrate the first, or I'll show off the first feature added here. So if you go to the patch page of whatever track you want to do this to, you can actually generate a random patch. So just like we generate a random pattern, we hold right, open the context menu. We're just in the patch menu for the bass track right now. Random patch. Hold it down. Whoops, I messed that up. There we go, random patch. There we go. Let's try it again. Nope, not dump. There we go. Just randomly making patches. Yeah, just completely randomizing all of its parameters. I like that one a lot. And of course we can still mess with these, so we can go into, like, I don't know, the filter here. Play with the cutoff. Yeah. Just like that. So now we have this bass line going, right? And we just, we randomly generated the bass line. We randomly generated the patch. I could go into the kick track and regenerate a kick drum track too. We will do that, but I'll talk about it later. And that has to do with the behavior setting for each track. So remind me to go back and touch that if I forget. But yeah, this feature is so freaking cool. I'm going to go back to song real quick, actually, and turn the tempo down. 104, sure. Back to the bass. That's cool. Let's go ahead now and... what do I want to show next? I think I will. I'll show creating a random pattern chain. So the other... I said pattern chain. This is the other huge feature in this firmware update. So we'll go to the lead, which by default is this nice little synthesized piano thing. Not my favorite patch, but it's okay. Remember, actually, yeah, let's go to the patch page and randomize it real quick here. That's a lot. There we go. I'm going to go to global, and I'm going to turn off the decay, or delay, sorry. And bring down the reverb. How is the balance of the voice between the Woovebox and my voice? Hopefully it's not too loud. The Woovebox is loud as hell in my ears right now on my headphones. Hey, Make Mistakes is here. Santa Claus. I'm going to hold off moving on until I see if the Woovebox is too loud. Hopefully it's all right. Hope everyone's doing well today, by the way. Normally I spend like 10 minutes just talking to people, so hope you're all doing well. Oh, Grove Twig stepped out. I see. All right, balance is good. Cool. Thank you. Okay, so we're in the lead track. We're in pattern 1, right? So in the video I made a couple weeks ago, I showcased Woovebox is just a tad loud. Oh, yeah. I did have to make it a bit louder, didn't I? There we go. Set it back to 82 now that we have some higher frequency sounds in there. But a couple weeks ago, I made a video showing how I set up a pattern chain of 4 patterns and then went through and randomized each of those patterns individually so it would chain through 4 random patterns. We no longer have to do that if we just want a 4-bar randomized pattern. So here I am on the lead track. We got our sound. If I go to the pattern page and hold right, click in the encoder, it says chain 4. Yep. Nope. Chain 4. There we go. So, did I actually do that right? There we go. Okay. That's just on me. I'm kind of working at a weird angle here. So, Santa is here too, so keep your naughtiness to a minimum. We have Make Mistakes and Yay Santa. Oh, man. But anyway, we just created a 4-pattern chain. So if I hit play, watch the indicator here. It's going to tell us we're on the lead track. We're on pattern 1. Now pattern 2. Pattern 3. Pattern 4, and it'll chain back to pattern 1. Now that's normal. In that video, I showcased going through pattern 1, randomizing it, and the pattern 2, randomizing it, and pattern 3, randomizing it, and 4. I'm going to go back to pattern 1. If we go back to the sequencer page now, if we have a chain already set up, which I just showed that we do, we go to the context menu. So right, click in the value knob, paste pattern, initialize pattern, randomize pattern, random pattern chain. If I hold that down, we now have 4 measures. We now have our whole pattern chain. It's been populated with 4 random patterns. How cool is that? Yeah. That's crazy. As you can see, it'll also do like glides, slides between notes. That's all just randomized. And we can just do it again too. So, whoops, we have to be in, there we go, in sequencer. Randomize pattern chain. There we go. Let's try it again. Now, they might not always be the most usable things in the world. But just like I covered in that previous video, we can just go in and, manually adjust things. The idea here is that we can just continuously either randomize chains or individual patterns. If we, like for Sadiq Cat mentioned back there, he liked pattern 3 of that. I could have gone and just randomized patterns 1, 2, or 4 individually. Why, ouch. Janubi, is that how you say it? You say ouch? I don't think you can just randomize the glides and stuff. I don't think so. That would be a cool feature, though, for Evo to add in the future. Let's have a listen here. So it's kind of like I talked about in that last video. You still have to adjust like octaves and stuff like that. But what's cool is that Evo's actually stated that when you randomize a pattern chain, it tries to make something a little more cohesive than just randomizing 4 separate patterns. Which is really, really neat. I'm guessing this might get refined in the future too, just to make it, even better. But just for a random firmware update that he threw together in less than, I think, 3 days, this is insane. Yeah, super cool. And if you do it on like a bass, so let's go ahead. Well, I don't want to mess with that bass. Let's okay. Let's actually initialize these patterns here. I don't know if I can initialize a chain. No. I'm just going to initialize these patterns that we randomized here, and then I'm going to go and do this on the ARP track because it actually understands. This is a great transition to behaviors, actually. So it knows, right now I'm on the lead track, so if we go to the global page, and if I hold right here, it says behavior. Actually, hang on. Yeah, I am on the lead track. It says behavior is arpeggio. Interesting. Sound category is lead, behavior is arpeggio. The behavior tab, or menu here, should dictate how it randomizes. So let's actually go lead. We'll set it to lead. And then we'll go back to pattern 1 and try to randomize and see if it's any... Whoop, there we go. See if it's any different. Yes. Yes, it is. Wow. Okay, so as we can tell, that's way different, right? So just by changing the behavior of our track in the global menu, by setting that to lead, it gave us something that's far more appropriate for a lead. That actually makes sense. It was set to ARP. That's why we had all those octave skips. Woovebox album when? I'm not quite ready to announce something. I almost did it. I'm gonna keep my my mouth closed on this one. Let's randomize this again. I keep missing it. There we go. Okay, I'm just going to hold this like normal. There we go. Like I said, I'm at a really awkward angle. That's pretty cool. Very different. Weird. I mean, it is still randomizing, so they're not all going to be hits. That's so cool. Right? That's really neat. And the fact we can just change behaviors so quickly is really cool too. So, yeah, let's go to the ARP track here. And on the global page, yep, behavior set to ARP. So if we go back to the sequencer, we'll just randomize a single pattern here. I'm going to go to live mode and mute the lead. Oh, it's coming unplugged. Let's try to randomize it again. And we'll solo it. Let's go ahead and randomize our patch. Ooh, that's cool. Let's go back to the sequencer and randomize it again. The rhythm here. That's neat. We'll go to the pattern page and shorten it to 15 steps long. Yeah, we'll just kind of let that play in the background. I'm going to go back to the lead track, though, and I agree with Sadiq Cat. I'm not a huge fan of the melody, so we will randomize the pattern chain again. I don't love that either. Now, I think the idea here is that we randomize some stuff, and then, you know, we go ahead and tweak it. I'm just having too much fun doing this, though. I actually really like that. We're going to go to pattern 4, though, and just randomize... Whoops. There we go. Just randomize pattern 4. Yeah, that's going to work great. Here we go. Yeah, that's so cool. Let's randomize the patch on the lead. Whoa. That's cool. I'm going to randomize the ARP again. Can we add a down going ARP on one of the patterns? You can. You'd have to program it yourself, though. Audio or connectivity on the Woovebox is Type-C for charging. And then you have a line in for... this might be... I can't remember. I never use them. One of these is line in. / I believe sync in, and then this is line out and sync out, and then the other one is MIDI out. MIDI in is only over Bluetooth on the Woovebox. That's pretty cool. I'm content to leave that as is for now. Let's go ahead and add some hi-hats though. So I hate the default hi-hat patches. There's only 3. I don't really care for any of them. So let's go ahead and put a random rhythm in here. Actually, you know what? No. I'm just going to do the offbeats, the ands of each beat. Sounds terrible, right? Let's randomize. We're going to randomize our hi-hat sound, which, yes, this also works on percussion. Now, I am going to double check that on the global page, our behavior is set to hi-hat, which it is. Perfect. Context menu. Randomize patch. I'm just going to play the sequencer and keep trying. Now that one's not bad. I'm going to go into the amplitude section here and tighten it up a bit. There we go. Yeah, that's really cool if you ask me. Hey, Wabbit, how's it going? Yeah, those hats are better now. You know what? Now that I've shown this to you, let's start from scratch and just let me show you how fast we can get a song going. We'll initialize song here. Song 16 is gone. Okay. Hi-hat patch update incoming. That's what it feels like if I have the tiniest little complaint on the Woovebox. Like I wake up the next morning with there's an email from Evo and he's like, I fixed it. Completely came up with a whole new system overnight, whole new algorithm and whole new synth engine. There you go, done. It's pretty great. Honestly, during development, it was insane. I would email a patch request, and due to our time zones, of course, Evo's in Australia. I'm in Oregon, so we're quite a ways apart. So I would send an email at 9 p.m., then go to bed, wake up at 5:30 or 6 a.m. to an email being like, yeah, I spent all day fixing it. All right, Sadiq Cat wants 4 on the floor. Actually, I kind of want to just try to randomize everything and see what it does. You know, maybe with the chords, we'll use chords and chord follow too. Yeah. So we will start with kick. I'm just going to do a 4 pattern. I'm just going to chain my 4 patterns. So we'll go to the pattern page, context menu. Actually, let's go 8. Chain 8 patterns together. Sequencer menu. Random pattern chain. Okay. Ooh, gives us an empty downbeat on start of measure 5. Okay, there we go. There's our kick. Hi-hat. Pattern. Chain 8 of them. Randomized chain. I'm going to turn swing off. And I'm going to randomize the hi-hat patch. Whoop. That's fine. That's fine, yeah. All right, snare drum. Create a chain. Chain 8. Whoop. I don't think I got it. There we go. Random pattern chain. Yeah, that was almost 4 on the floor. What happens when you put 4 on the ceiling? You got an email they were available, went with a Micro Freak. Hey, Micro Freak is also a solid choice. Okay. This is wild. I like it. Let's go to our bass track. Chain 8. Whoops. There we go. Randomized pattern chain. Now, by default, the bass track is trying to follow a chord track that hasn't been used yet. So let's go ahead and go to the chord track. I have not tried randomizing with the chord track yet. This could be chaos. Set up our pattern chain for 8. Hold on to your butts. Here we go. Whoa. We can randomize the patch for the chords, I just realized. Whoa. Interesting chord progression. Oh. That's sick. Yes, Derek is right. You can create chord tracks and then turn the volume down for that track, and the other tracks will still follow it. Terry, you can't hear the chord track? Is anybody else having a hard time hearing the chord track? It's quite loud in my headphones. I'm going to go to the lead track, and we're just going to randomize it once. Go back to the sequencer, go to pattern page, set up a chain. Yeah, is anyone having a hard... Oh, you are having a hard time hearing the chord track? That's weird. All right. I'm going to go to the chord track. Is that better? It's not pulsing through the whole thing. It's just like a little swell. The start of each measure. All right, let's go ahead and randomize our melody here. Plug is all the way in. Sounds fantastic in my headphones. Kind of digging this chord progression the more I hear it. This is groovy. This chord track is nuts. I'm going to go back to it. We're going to go to the pattern page, and we're going to set the beat division to even faster. It only works for the selected pattern, or the current pattern. This is so cool. Yeah, that's so cool. Wabbit, you think you found a new love for the Woovebox? That's good. I was hoping you would after this stream, especially after what we talked about this morning. Yeah. Wow, I am thrilled with this update. It's so good. Crazy how just two little things could add so much. I mean, obviously, after demonstrating my workflow a couple weeks ago and then Evo just going in and just being like, yeah, that sucks, let's make it 10 times faster, that was great. However, for me, it's the patch randomizer. That's where this really shines. Because I'm terrible at sound design, especially on something like this where there's not a lot of visual feedback. If I'm in here looking at oscillator 1, I'm like, what is phase mode? That kind of stuff is just way over my head. So the fact that it can be randomized like that is just so great. Let's go to the global page I'm on track A3, so one of our aux tracks here. Normally it's just this. Let's look at some of the different behavior types that we have here. And again, these will dictate what kind of pattern is randomized and what kind of patch is randomly generated. So we have bass, lead, arpeggio, kick, snare, hi-hat, perk, and then sample, sample kit, slice, I think. Yeah, so really just like these initial ones here. Let's go to perk, and we'll randomize something in the perk category. So you can just randomly generate percussion sounds. I don't know if that's necessarily percussion, but it's cool. Okay, so maybe don't use it for perk if you don't want something completely pitched. Dustin, the Woovebox does have, as Derek has stated there, it does have samples as well. However, I find the synth engines to be more than adequate for basically everything. It's kind of a crazy patch. Oh, it can do percussion. Randomized. That's actually really cool. I'm going to try to do this as like kind of like a shaker. I'm actually going to go in and turn those flashing notes velocities down. Nope, that's terrible. That's chaos. We're going to initialize that right away. I tried it though. Go to bed, Sadiq Cat. It's like, what, 1 a.m. for you? Go to bed. Okay, I know I've already done this, but I'm going to initialize the song again and just go in and do this again, just to see what we can come up with. Someone give me a tempo between 80 and, I think, 250. Is that where the Woobox maxes out? 80 and 260. Give me a tempo between 80 and 260. And we're just going to go for it. One more randomized pattern here. It's 243. Holy crap. I could have sworn 2 a.m. was your 2 a.m. was my 7 p.m. 175. All right. Tempo for Sadiq Cat before he goes to bed. Totally not biased to D&B. Well, we'll see what the Woovebox says here. This time I'm not going to listen to anything before. So I'm going to go kick. I'm going to go pattern chain. We're just going to chain 4 this time. Randomize pattern. Okay. Do the same with snare drum. Whoops, I skipped it. There we go. Randomize pattern chain. Hi-hat. Oh, I can smell the soup I'm cooking. It smells really good. And then we'll just go to bass, and we'll just we'll do that too. There we go. Create the chain and then randomize it. And now we'll go to the patch page on each of these. Again, I'm not going to listen. Just going to randomize each of them once. So all right. Now in theory, we should have 4 completely randomized measures with 4 randomized sounds. I'm just going to hit play. I'm not even going to go to the sequencer page. I don't even want to look at the data. Here we go. Well, that's certainly interesting. I don't know what to make of that. I'm going to turn swing off on my hi-hats. I'm going to re-randomize the pattern chain on the kick. And then I'm going to re-randomize the patch for the kick. There we go. Oh my god, that's so good. I love this. If we go to the global page of the kick drum, or no, sorry, the bass track, we can turn off chord follow. There we go. Now we'll actually get different notes. I love this. Sounds like something we heard Friday night at NobCon. Kind of does almost sound like a modular patch, doesn't it? Whoa. It's chaos. I love it. Set these perk triggers to like 50%. Let's actually do that. Excuse me, let's do that for our bass too. Actually, it's per pattern. Never mind. That'd be way too long. Alright, I love this. Keep hoping for like some crazy bass patch. Huh, nope. There we go. Now, of course, we can go to song mode and change the root. Set it to like D, set our scale to harmonic minor, and if we go back to our song, I believe it did follow. Do I dare give this a lead? Screw it. Stream's getting close to the end. We'll give it a lead. Oh, I didn't do the chain. Let's give it a new sound now. Oh. That's nasty. Dude, you could do a whole live set just out of nowhere with this thing. Because this is just all basically one pattern. We haven't used song mode or live mode at all. This is so cool. Progressive jazz version of random sequencing, yeah. If I randomize the chord sequence, yeah, you're right. Let's go to the chords here. Oh boy, this might be rough. We're gonna make a 4-measure chain. Actually, no, we will do a 4-measure chain. It's already crazy as is. Then I'm going to go into the global on the chord track and turn down the master volume. Then I'm going to go to the bass track and make it follow just the chord track. Then I'm going to go back to the chord track, go to the pattern page, and make it go faster. Which should make the bass track transpose faster. Huh. Did I forget to make it follow? No, I didn't. There we go. Weird. Maybe I didn't properly set the chain up on the chord track. There we go. All right, let's have a bit more fun here. I'm going to go to behavior on the chord track. Actually, oh, you can't. Dang it. Still going to have more fun. I'm going to go back to pattern, set it to 1. There we go. changing with the chord track. Terry, you called it when you said this is like progressive jazz. There we go. Play this full volume for the neighbors when they bug me. I wish. Well, that was pretty fun. I know we were just messing around. I'm like, clearly I would never play a jam like that live. But with a little bit of setup, you could basically pull a full live set out of your ass with this thing. Like, no problem. I'm very impressed. Especially for an update that like he just thought of on the spot and just threw out there. I mean, come on. That's absolutely wild, right? Like, that's not just me. This is pretty crazy. Just the amount of things that have been added to this since launch is pretty damn cool. Yeah, I know I talk about it a lot, but I really do enjoy it. I recently, 2 days ago, got back from New Mexico, and like I said, in Disneyland, and I brought 3 pieces of gear with me to use. I played with the Woovebox. I just accidentally hit play when I went to move it. I brought the Woovebox. I brought the Dirty Wave M8, and these live streams have kind of become a preview for gear that I've got here on the channel that you'll be seeing shortly. I mean, I've got a Polyend Play Plus that I will be doing. I think a couple videos with. The one to really look forward to is using this in the live rig. That should be pretty fun. And then I think I will also be doing a video talking about just the release of it and not necessarily getting into like the Ben Jordan drama or anything like that. By the way, don't attack other creators. I know no one in here left those nasty comments, but Jesus, people are terrible. But yeah, I do have some thoughts on the Polyend Play launch, and you'll hear those from me. But I also have some, and they're definitely not all positive. But in terms of using it with my live rig, that will be a very positive video. So I hope you're all looking forward to that. And that, of course, will double as another live rig update too. Yeah, I want those synth engines on the Tracker Mini too. Yeah, big time. I really want them on there. Anyway, hope you all enjoyed the stream. Hope you enjoyed the Woovebox. I sure as hell am enjoying the Woovebox. This thing is just incredible. And I know that Evo's got a lot more planned too. So, if you haven't picked one of these up yet, they're relatively affordable. They're $249 US. And they come with a case, which also comes with this little splitter that I've never taken out of the case because I don't really hook this up to anything. It's kind of my go-to device on its own. Woovebox isn't sponsored or anything, or they don't sponsor the channel or anything. I've done some work for Evo, but nothing here on the channel. I just really, really freaking love this little thing. Super fun. I don't know if they're sold out or anything right now. I haven't looked in a while, but I definitely highly recommend it. Even as just like a toy to have on the desk, but it can be a pretty serious compositional tool, I think. Once you wrap your head around it, especially with this randomized stuff. If you have the patience to sit there and keep randomizing until you find things you like. Otherwise, you wind up with progressive jazz, apparently. Anyway, I hope you all have a wonderful evening or morning or wherever it is. Morning for Sadiq Cat. Go the F to sleep. I think he left the chat, though. That's good. Yeah, thanks for being here, everybody. I'll hang around and chat, answer any questions you may have. But yeah, have a good one. Thanks for watching. Yeah, appreciate it. Bye, everybody.